Hello and welcome to another video here at TFL Classics and another video of my mistakes, which hopefully Case, videographer for the day, will help me fix. So this is my 1993 Rover Mini, and I went ahead and started some self-modification. It's always a bad idea when you have no idea how to use a screwdriver. But anyways, here was the basic idea. I wanted a set of driving lights on the front of the Mini, and I really like the look of 4 lights. I think got the cool rally style. So I went on minimania.com, ordered a set of 4 with the mounting brackets and all the wiring I need, and it arrived, and I went to installing it, and there were just issues after issues, which we'll talk about in a second. But basically, here is the mangled mess of what I have left. This right here is the mounting bar. So that is supposed to live kind of right about there behind these current lights. That mounting bar is held in position with a few brackets here. These are the real problem child because they do not fit at all, even though it should be a direct bolt-on. The company that makes these are called Mini Spares, big UK company, and I think Minimania is basically just the supplier. They give you 3 pictures, all at 140p, but basically, the brackets they sent don't fit, and we'll show that in a second. So Case is going to help me try to modify these so they do fit. Now my solution in the interim, after 2.5 hours of figuring out the brackets, was just to bolt the lights directly on the bumper.
Tommy doesn't like this distance in between the grill and the light, but I'm not so much of a Mini guy, so I don't know. I don't think the purest appearance really occurs to me. I think it actually looks decent on the bumper.
I mean, my biggest issue, ready? You ready? The bumper is not a structural member. Now we did try firing it up and it's not as bad as this.
Although while you're going down the road, yeah, they would probably bounce around a lot.
Let's be real, it does ride like a cement truck. So basically I drilled 2 holes in my bumper for no reason. But that's okay, because now I get to spend another $159 getting a new bumper. Anyways, Case is gonna try to help me modify the bracketry to get this system to work. But first, I'm going to pull the bumper off, get these lights off, and then we'll see the issue with the grill running into the brackets. Okay, so the bumper is seriously held on at 3 points by the teensiest little nuts you've ever seen.
Which I'm sure does a lot for safety if you were to run into something.
We don't talk about that word in this vehicle, Case. Look at that. Oof. Yeah. So I will not be upset that I have to replace, and it's even starting to rust. The newer ones are stainless steel. So, yeah. All right, cool. So we'll show the issue now, Case, with the bracketry. I'll take the camera.
So I think whoever made these directions for how to mount these used a like a little pinhole camera. But as best as we can tell, this is how the middle bracket is supposed to mount, and it seems like this is actually pretty much would work. Let me see if I can find the correct bracket. Essentially, it seems from what we can tell, this bracket is supposed to mount on here, maybe through the grill. I mean, the problem is this section of the bracket that seems like it's supposed to mount up against the body, the grill is in the way.
Yeah, and luckily, so we'll start by removing the grill so you can kind of see the holes. And these are so easy to remove
that anyone could do it.
Yeah, they could literally steal your grill.
All right. So the other issue that I don't love is that unless we have this bracket completely backwards or something, which is entirely possible, when you have this hole lined up, you're kind of barely up against any metal right here. So I'm not even really sure if we have this bracket the right way that the back part of it would do that much for us.
Right.
Now I'm wondering if we don't just have 3 points of contact, so we get rid of the 4th and 5th point of contact at the very back here and chop the bracket so that there's room for the grill to sit, it'll probably be more stable than it was just sitting on that little Coke can bumper, and that might just be good enough. Do we want to try and mock this bracket up with the middle bracket first and see if we can't find another position for these to sit before we start cutting?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Case is pulling the lights off the bracket and the bracket off the bar.
I did not wear my work clothes today, so it's a good thing we're at the TFL garage and not my garage.
Does that line up at all?
No. Not in the slightest. There's like 10 things wrong with how it's mounted.
It doesn't fit in pretty much any orientation, and we have had now 3 people look at it with almost no mechanical knowledge, and when you combine all 3 of those, we get one person that really knows what they're doing. So if one person who knows what they're doing says it can't be done, we're gonna have to get creative. Now, first of all, this little kind of right angle doesn't fit anywhere at all, so that's gonna be lobbed off first, and Case is going to show me how to lob that off using a very, very frightening tool.
All right, so we've got our bracket here in a vise. We have masking tape that's marking basically the line that we want to cut at, which I'll do my best to follow that. We've also got a grinding wheel so we can get it a little bit closer afterwards. But basically just gonna chop off this less useful part of the bracket. Pretty much the whole bracket isn't super useful, but we're gonna try and make it more useful. Yeah,
We'll make it work.
we'll clean it up.
I'm glad the included hardware is too big for the hole they drilled.
Usually when you get a kit like this and it doesn't seem like everything is fitting up properly, you just need to flip the brackets around or something. We tried all of that. It is just not working. So we've basically gotten everything all mocked up, and we're about to draw the points at which we're going to drill holes for these brackets to mount to, since of course they don't actually fit the places that they were probably supposed to mount.
So we had 2 options. We could either use the mounting hole here on the bracket and drill it into the apron, or use the mounting hole in the apron and drill into the bracket. But since the bracket is pretty crappy already and we hate it, and I don't hate the car, I'd rather drill a hole into the bracket than the car itself. So we're gonna kind of just mark out where we're gonna need to drill, pull it out, and then drill us a hole.
It's time to get this thing mounted up. Let's see if it even remotely lines up to the holes that we drilled. So even without these side brackets being fully tightened down, yeah, it's pretty sturdy.
Better than it was.
Hell of a lot better.
So these lights we're mounting up are called YPAC, and they are a British company on a British car from the UK. All right, first one of 4, loosely secured into position. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm stoked. Another one will go there, another one there, and then one over there where Case is working. You like the 4 or should I have gone 2?
I like the 4.
Yeah, you like the 4?
Definitely.
All right, cool. We'll keep cranking along. So check it out, thanks to Case's help, and he stayed late after work to do this, so big thank you, Case. I think it looks pretty good. I much prefer having a sturdy mounting system than just screwing them into the bumpers. Now there is one more hole I could drill in the apron to really make it secure, but it really isn't going anywhere. It is tight as can be, don't you think, Case?
Yeah, it's pretty sturdy on there, and you know, it's not the most perfect, gorgeous install, but it doesn't look bad.
Now, of course, the fun part will be actually getting the wiring done, but we'll save that for another day because that's going to be a little bit kind of unusual compared to what you might think if I can do it correctly.
Yeah, the weird thing is that these lights only have 1 wire coming off of them, so they're grounded through their actual mount. Is your little cover not coming off there?
It's just really, really on there. It's okay. I'll scrape it off camera. Well, thank you, Case, and thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of the install. I think it came out pretty darn good, actually. See you next time.